are at the Edible Book Contest in Florence, Massachusetts. Every year, around April 1st, to celebrate Brillat Savarin's birthday. They have an edible book contest to celebrate the great book of Brillat's. And we're going to go inside and see the contest and see who wins.
So we're going to go to the
You should be judging.
most tempting.
What's the doctor?
Strigonona is like the boy. Strigonona is kind of a witch, and so with her pot, she can make as much pasta as she needs. And so this little boy decides, oh, I'm going to try it. So when she goes out for a walk, he goes in and starts stirring the pot, and just the pasta.
It sort of all began, and it's international. We do it for the library, but other places just do it in book places. But it's become much more popular. I get a lot of libraries, like a library from Wisconsin contacting me, and we're on Facebook now. So it gets a lot of views. It's great. What?
The library in Hadley sometimes does it.
The library in Hadley does it too. So what we'd like to do is go around. I know it's a little awkward with everybody standing around, but go around starting over there, and the judges will give their award. I have to get the buttons out, and have the people that made the edible book go and talk about it. And so I'll project the book up on the screen so everybody can see it. And we'll start with...
Hi. Well,
This change the picture?
You guys have to...
Will this change the picture?
Hello,
Speak up.
I'm Justine,
I'm Nate.
and we decided to go for something healthy this year and do an ABC book. So we made a A out of apples on a background of almonds, a B out of bananas on a background of blueberries, and a C out of carrots with cottage cheese. So after you have lots of cake, enjoy this.
And it was very effective because that is our best raw entry.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I made because of Winn-Dixie. The thing I'm most excited about is I managed to convince my mom for me to put in a green marshmallow peep to be a bird.
Do you want to see what the scene is, Ben?
The scene is the manager is Winn-Dixie's on top of the manager.
Winn-Dixie is a dog?
Yes. Named after the grocery store he's in.
3D manager with the 3D dog jumping on top, and we just thought that was such a great problem solving that you did. So most creative on that.
Okay. So
If anybody can't see, there are pictures on the back there.
the title of our book is The Photo Battle Book. And I'm Thomas and she's Emily, we're twins. And this book is about the Yooks who like their butter side up and the Zooks who like their butter side down. And there's a war to see which side is better. And the final weapon they use is the Big Betsy, the Big Boy Boomeroo, which is kind of like the nuclear bomb in their time. And yeah.
And we decided that this was the best cake to have in the morning. You could have your toast either way.
My name's Meg, and I did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And there's more factory-ish side, and then the chocolate waterfall and river, and have little square candies looking round.
We decided, the judges, to award this beautiful arrangement the best use of candy contracting. Mortar.
Yeah, there's
bricks.
mortar too.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, very.
And I decided to do a book about color theory. And I wanted, we attended a workshop at Forbes Library where these past participants gave us some great tips and ideas and things like that. And one of the things that I thought about was I wanted to really be able to eat everything. You know, like there are things that you could use that are edible, but I really want to be able to eat it. So that's what started this. But unfortunately, I couldn't really find anything healthy for the blue. So the blue is a little candy oriented. But yeah, so.
Well, we really appreciate
You could have done blueberries. You could have done blueberries.
Best use of mixed media. Thank you.
I did another entry that's the Origami Yoda series, and I experimented with a lot of different types of flat materials, and some of them ended up not working out. Like this one was actually the Yabba the Puppet that was a reject, made from sesame folded stuff. And but it's hard for me to throw anything away, so I just kept stuff in a glob, and it started to look like a collage. So then I went to the library and tried to find a collage book, and I found one called Creative Collage with Leftovers. And
you can just make that book up.
Limited edition.
And
yeah, see, I thought that the photo was pretty close to what I actually had.
And that's why it's our best replica of an artistic book.
Oh, they're together. Yeah.
The next one right here. Oh, okay.
The crocodile people?
Yeah, that's us. What's your name? This is Philip and this is Maya, and we decided to make a cake about the enormous crocodile. And he's swimming in a murky river with this not so big one, is his name. The not so big one, crocodile. And then we had to add some other figures because we are working on the sequel to the book. So.
We thought this was the best protected cake.
Ah.
Because it's a very fearsome crocodile, and also there's a very good note attached to the front of the table that is a warning about please don't eat.
Hi, my name is Misael. This is Matt, Chris, and Michael. My idea was to do Frog and Toad. It was one of my favorite books as a child. The cake is basically made of just yellow cake mix. We used fondant to make the sidewalk and the toad and the frog and the bird and the snake. And also the cover for the cave, which consists of layers from another cake that we made aside, and we basically just carved it and shaped it into the form of a cave. And then we used these little candy rock pebbles as rocks and pebbles. We used dill as grass around the around the edge here, and trees and bushes consist of parsley, and then the bird's nest is made of pretzels and put together with frosting, dyed frosting, and then the light green color here is all dyed frosting, and it's from one of my favorite scenes in Frog and Toad. Snakes and dragons, but I mean I use a snake and a bird though, because it's kind of hard to make a dragon. And that's that.
stuff, and this we give it the award the most illustrative of the inspiring story.
This year I did The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, and when I was doing a little bit of research about it, I got this great picture of Henry Fonda who was in the movie, and I was just really struck by just how black and white it was, and that it was going to be perfect for a mosaic. Unfortunately, I was the person making the mosaic, and I did it with raisins. I started out with grapes. The grapes were way too big, and I made like a smiley face. It looked absolutely horrible. I was going to make it frown because it was the Grapes of Wrath. So raisins turned out to be the best way to go, except you could sit there for hours trying to get each little perfect thing, maybe cut the raisin in half and move it. And so I abandoned it. I didn't finish it, but this is The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck.
And the judges decided that this was an incredible work. You should look at it if you missed it for now, but actually the portrait of Henry Fonda, I saw a little bit of Jane Fonda in there. But at any rate, we gave this work one of the most coveted awards, the most artistic.
Yours Just say something.
Okay. Me and my friend, my friend really liked this book, so we decided to do it. And we really liked the way Eric Carle illustrated his pictures with all the different shapes. So we took cookies and cut them to make very specific shapes and put them on top of the cake.
Well, we thought this was an incredible work that really showed emotion, actually. Everybody should take a look at this dragon because we thought it looked like just a very happy dragon, the way it just was doing what it does best, breathing fire and, flying and wreaking havoc, exactly. So we called this this award is the Happiest Most Edible Dragon Award.
I know it's kind of weird because we got the wrong book here. It was actually the fourth. That was the only my dad had at the minute, so we just put it up. Well, when me and my mom were making it this morning, so we were trying to make the lines, except it kept hardening, which was really annoying. So it took 2 hours to make. So
you can't really see the drawings.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them who we?
Annoying.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Do you want to tell them where we just came from and who we just met?
We just came from the Eric Carle Museum. We were meet Jeff Kinney.
Oh. So Jeff Kinney he's over at the Eric Carle Museum today, and when we're over there, so we just rushed over here. We just got here, so it was really exciting. It was great to hear from one of her favorite authors and then be able to have a cake.
Well, we thought that this was, we looked through the book, even though it might not be the exact one, and saw that the illustrations that you did on the cake were incredibly accurate to the illustrations in the book. So we awarded you the most accurate.
And in that, they had to play chess in order to find the Sorcerer's Stone. So I made a chocolate chess set. And I actually found out the actual positions from the book, and then the broken pieces are the pieces that got taken away.
So we decided that you should get the most intricate detail award.
And we decided to just illustrate the title rather than the plot, and it's hotel at 2 corners of Bitter and Sweet.
We used candy bricks to make the road, and we have bitter things over here, cocoa beans and horseradish, and sweet things, marshmallows and candy.
Horseradish, beware.
Yeah, you might not want to
want to eat that one.
on the sweet side. And then for the hotel, it's a piece of like pumpkin bread covered in royal icing.
Pumpkin bread.
And yes, graham cracker root. And for the signs, we melted down chocolate to stick it all together and then put it in the freezer to dry. And it's all on a base of cookie dough. So you might not actually want to eat it because we know it tastes disgusting. Royal icing is really bad.
Well, and from the looks of it, we all thought that was so much better than what MapQuest or Google Maps could do and give us. So we awarded it the best edible map.
I chose to do The Metamorphosis by Kafka, which is a sad story about a man who wakes up one day and he's transformed into a cockroach. And the climax kind of has a scene with apples, and so I kind of went with a baking transformation from apples into an apple tart. So playing off of the title of the book while picking up on the apples. But I'll let you read it to find out what actually happens.
Taking the cockroaches out of it.
Yeah, well, I toasted some almonds and put them on top to try and replicate some. I thought they were a little buggy.
Well, in spite of the cockroach reference, we did award your entry the most appetizing.
Stregonona's we did the pasta, like Stregonona, and we did her pasta pot, which is a magical pasta pot that like makes endless pasta. And we made a cake, and then we made a lot of fondant and put it on the top for pasta. And we iced in. No, it's not pasta. I think there's some waffles in there. Leftover breakfast.
If we were meaner judges on a TV show, we would have mentioned the mob at this point, but we're not. So actually, we came up with the very simple award. We thought this was the most awesome cake.
I'm Sunrise, and I did Monster High, Back and Deader Than Ever. I did the last scene where they are opening the school, and it's a ribbon cutting ceremony. Through all the books, this is the most touching scene for me. And so, yeah, I made their clothing out of marzipan, and the school is just covered in candy and stuff. Yeah, and some of it's made out of marzipan, and the rope is bubble gum. So, yeah.
Well, we thought there was so much detail in Sunrise, and a lot of action and kind of capturing, we thought, the best edible illustration of a typical day in high school.
And I did the latest Moosewood cookbook. I'm one of those people who reads cookbooks like they're novels, so they're just a book to me. I went with a literal translation of a moose family in the woods. I've got gingerbread moose and sugar cookie trees and pretzels for the wood. They also do a great job of holding up the trees. If you look at it from the back, there's little pretzels holding up the trees, some candy rocks, little coconut grass, what else? On top of a chocolate cake. And I brought extra cookies since I didn't want to have them at home, so those are free for the taking too.
Well, I know that when I saw this incredible display, it reminded me of one of my favorite quotes from Oscar Wilde, who said, "The only thing I can't resist is temptation." So we gave this the award, the most tempting design to seduce.
I'm Erica, and I chose to do 1984, and I thought it would be fun just to do a play on the words, and so I made 19 petty fours.
terms of the whole concept of the day and the edible book and capturing the book's concept, which is so hard to do with an edible piece. I mean, it's kind of a limited medium. So we thought, given all of this, we thought very hard, put our heads together, and decided this was just the winner of the edible book contest. It just is so fantastic. Getting Big Brother in there and the title, and so well done.
Usually I start out with a concept of something that would be fun to make and then find a book for it. But I'd actually read these books and it seemed like a perfect thing since I do origami. The trick was trying to find flat construction material that would also maintain a crease and be foldable. And went through a lot of different materials, and some of the rejects are in the other one. This was a circular bread, sort of like a roll-up bread, spinach flavored, and the dark paper is laminated sugar sheet that was black with rice paper behind it to give it a little more structure. And this is a soy wrap, and this is the most amazing sheet of banana slices that was the only, it was a trans market, the only ingredient was bananas. Everything else had chemicals up everywhere. And the banana was actually done by origami expert Michael over here. And he made the three-dimensional lips. And anything else you want to say?
We chose this one as a category winner. This is the best edible origami.
There are instructions in the back of the book on how to make them. Sometimes we followed them, sometimes they were too complicated, and so we made simpler versions of them.
I'm not artistic like Dee is, so I can't make things that are hard to make. So I always have to think of something that's simple to make and then try to find some books that go with it. So I had this cookie cutter and I put some legs on it, and I searched the library catalog to look for bunnies and rabbits and came up with two, and they seem to go together. So.
What you said about constructing something, we did think you had a very good handle on conceptualization. So we gave you the best edible recontextualization tool.
Ours, but it's my dad's and her husband's, and he couldn't make it today, and he chose swimming to Antarctica. So he really struggled trying to figure out how to make the icebergs and make it look icy, and so he finally decided on white chocolate on top of the Rice Krispie treats.
Well, we thought this was an incredible rendition of what's actually happening on the title. And the photo, as you can see, there she is swimming, and there in the top right is she swimming. So, and her hair, and the freestyle of the fondant. So we gave this best conceptual.
Here on the side, so Emma can.
This is the tale of Despero, and my friend Hannah helped me making Riscoro and most of the background, and my mom did most of the outlining for the cake, and yeah.
Want to say what the scene is, Emma? What
What's the book about?
The book's about a mouse who breaks one of the mouse laws, and he lives in the castle, and he goes to the dungeon, and he has red thread around his neck. I don't remember if that short.
Very good. That's short.
We had a lot of complicated thoughts about this, but most of it came down to most chocolatey.
I did my favorite comic book, The Walking Dead, and I made a zombie coming out of the grave, which is actually crushed up Oreos. And I made the head out of chocolate and white cake, and I made the hand out of Rice Krispie treats. And this actually took me about 3 days to make because, yes, I am a perfectionist, but then I realized that it's a zombie, so it doesn't really have to be perfect. So, this is it.
Well, when I first came in today, this is one of the first ones I saw, and I got completely freaked out. So we gave him the award, Most Scared.
And we did The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and we were just talking last week, throwing out book ideas, and this was a popular idea with the kids. So we decided to go with it, and we frequent Sweeties downtown, so we figured we'd try to use as many treats as we could. So we used, they make these yellow bricks for the yellow brick road. We made the witch that the house lands on. We made her stockings out of Smarties, and her feet, her golden, or her ruby slippers are gummy bears. And we have the house made out of gingerbread cookies.
And the top is jelly beans.
The top is jelly beans.
Oh, we got the Emerald City.
And we made the Emerald City. So we have the beginning of the story, kind of the beginning, leading to the end.
You did a great job in that witch, because that's what drew our eye. Sure, all three of us just could not look at her. So we thought we'd give you the best edible dead witch.
He came up with the book title, Mike Mulligan and the Steam Shovel, and the concept of excavating the cake. He also was the grass man. But most of the cake was assembled. We did more purchasing than baking, I wish I could say. So it's Whole Foods cake with chocolate, white frosting and chocolate cake for the dirt, and dyed coconut, allergy alert. Licorice for the arm of the steam shovel, and fruit roll-ups surrounding banana bread from the co-op. Corrugated licorice.
This seems
we're almost done.
This seemed to be really commentary on the events that are about to happen after this, whereupon we all scoop away the cakes as fast as we can, so we give it the most meta edible cake award.
It's beautiful.
So this was done by my daughter and I, but she's too old now to come in here. She's a teenager. This is her concept.
Quiet for one more cake, please.
And we weren't sure if we were going to make it in time because my son had 3 basketball games yesterday and today. But we did. We got it together, and we've been working on this for about a year, trying to collect as many peeps as we could, different flavors. And yeah, that's it. It's a conceptual Easter Island,
Right,
yeah.
exactly, and that's why we thought if you were going to imagine what Easter Island looked like, without having the reference there of what exactly is there, this is what the 3 judges thought it would look like. So, the most imaginative.
Oh!